Hey, welcome back to the Man Cave Workshop. Right, carrying on with this Robert's Rambler. I did record, I just left the camera rolling the other night while I was just cleaning it up, and to be honest, it went on and on and on. You don't really want to see just cleaning up, because it was just basic cleaning up. It did get a bit late, I was really tired. It went on for 40 minutes of cleaning. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep pausing the video, just showing you sort of highlights of restoring this case. I'm going to take the handle off, and that's held in by two of these like star clips washers. Now these can be really tricky to get out. The way I find it best to do is, like, there's 4 legs on them, is to just bend one out, and you have to be quite brutal with these. Sometimes they snap. If you probably can't see what I'm doing, because you've got to be, like I say, you have to be quite brutal to get these out. There's probably different methods, but this is the way I find best, is just to bend one out and give it a tap. So if you look, I've just bent that leg out there, that's all. So when I go to put it back in, I'll just bend that leg back to its original, can't see, can you? Back to its original position, and it all should be good. So that's that one off. Let's do the other one. I've just got a screwdriver. Let me lift it up so you can see, and I'm just going to bend one of these 3 legs out, only one, and usually it's enough to get the clip off, and it makes it easy to reinstall it after. Right, that one's bent, and this one's going to be a pain. You usually get one easy one and one tricky one, and this is going to be tricky, this one. So I'm going to try and just to prise it up. I'm trying not to bend any other of the legs on that washer, because then it gets a real pain to put it back on. So I'm just trying. I've just got a screwdriver in it. I know you can't see. I'm just trying to lift it out without bending the other 2 legs. If we do have to bend another leg, I'll just be very gently bend it just to get it moving. This one's not even moving, to be fair. Oh, I think that might have done it. Let's try to get that out. What I'll do is push the there's like a little shaft that holds the handle in, so I'm just going to push that out. See if I can do it on camera. So I find it tricky to get everything on camera so you can see what's going on. If you do these videos, you know that recording as well does slow progress down, because you're aware of the camera, the shot, the angle. You're aware you have to keep talking to keep it interesting. Oh, this is tricky to pull out. What I'll do, because I am going to restore the T-cans, is just get something under there just to lift it. That ain't going to work. Right, let's get a big screwdriver, see if we can just ease it off without marking the wood. There we go. Let's see if we can do the same on this side, because one of the legs on that washer is lifted, so got to be careful we don't damage anything here. Including the wood, including the decorative end pieces. That might have loosened it up a bit. If you've ever got one of these handles off, you'll know they can be a right fiddle to get out. It's well worth it though if you're going to restore the case. There we go. So that's that one out as well. So if you look at that one as well, I've only bent one leg up. It's pretty. I find that pretty important, because if you start bending them all up, it all gets misshapen and you can't reuse it. I haven't got any of them in stock. I suppose you could get them, but I don't happen to have any. And now let's get the handle out. Really is putting up a little bit of a fight, this one. There we go, we're out. What that's going to enable me to do is sand these ends off. I have marked it a little bit, but when it's sanded you won't see them. We're going to sand all the ends off because they really need doing. I wish I could have left the handle on. The other thing is I can have a good look at this handle and glue down any bits that have lifted up, like here, if you can see that. So I'll just glue them down. What I like to use is either Gorilla Glue or a Unibond power glue. Apart from that, I don't think we're going to take this apart any further. I think that's as far as we're going to go with this set. You can start pulling off the back here. You can take the grill off, but it's only got a tiny little ding here, which you can live with. You can hardly see it. So I'll clean all this off. I'm going to do all this off camera. I'll clean it all up. I'm going to sand down the ends, and then I'll show you it when the ends are sanded down before we put Danish oil on to bring it all back to life and do this handle. I say no point in letting the camera roll and roll and roll with boring cleaning, and you know, you get tired, especially late at night. Perhaps had a couple of scoops again, not a good thing to do. We want to keep these videos nice and involved with the radios only. Okay, I'll pause it now, and next time you see it, it'll all be sanded down and ready. So there we go, all the ends have been sanded down, as you can see. It's got rid of all the little splashes of gloss paint and stuff. It has got has it quite a big one, 3, 4 nicks on it. What we've done is we've just put a little bit of glue in there just to stop them going any worse. When it's all back together, what's going to happen with this now is these are going to get Danish oil on them, which I'm sure you're familiar with. It's this stuff. It's really good for treating the teak ends. They come up like glass when they're done, and it'll get 3 coats of it just put on really thin, and then you leave it to dry. I think 6 hours in between each coat, and then what we'll do, we'll put it all back together. And if you can see, this grill's going to need some touch up, so when it's all back together we can do that. And where these nicks are, I'm going to try and match up a little bit of paint to try and make them not stand out as much to the eye. Apart from that, it's coming on really well. The handle, the little nicks have been all glued back together that were coming apart. So that's all good, and it's nice and clean now and ready to go back on. So really, we're coming to the end of this. I'm going to Danish oil these ends, and then we'll put the whole thing back together. And the last part of this video will be just touching up the little tiny bits and see how it goes. Okay, so pause again and get these ends done. So while the Roberts Rambler case is off to the other side of the man cave workshop to have its teak ends done and it all tidied up looking spick and span, we mustn't forget about the actual Roberts Rambler guts. We've recapped it, and it's such a good radio, so simple. Whoever designed it from the Roberts manufacturers, perhaps we could Google that and have a look, did such a good job on this set that it's sometimes overlooked so many times. Simple set, does its job without any qualms or anything. Such a good radio, absolutely fantastic for what it is. It is the portable radio of the Roberts range. It's so small you could fit it anywhere, in a car, anything. It's just a beautiful radio. So what we're going to do now, we're going to hang this video up, and as always, be good to each other. In the next one we'll do the final, put it all back together, see how it looks, and get on with the next radio. But I gotta say, you guys, I've got a right soft spot to the Roberts Rambler radio now. First one I've worked on, absolutely brilliant set. Okay, be good to each other, catch you in the next one.